So this is the Tapo RV30 Max. It has this docking station which will do the automatic trash emptying. It has 5300 Pascal suction power, dual navigation system LiDAR and IMU. It can map up to 3 different floors and save the maps, and it talks on its own. So I have a few sockets here in the office, and probably this is not the best location to put a vacuum cleaner. But to make some tests here on my office, I'm going to put here near this socket so that we can test it out.
Start network configuration. Network configuration. Please wait. Connected to network successfully. Successfully upgraded. Turning on. Starting to charge. Set voice package successfully.
The docking station is, in my opinion, the best invention just after the vacuum robot, because we will not waste time cleaning the unit itself 2 in 2 days or 3 in 3 days or once a week, which I don't believe. So here everything will be cleaned up automatically. It has a 3-liter bag right over here, which according to Tapo it will last about 2 months, but this will depend on our house, the frequency that we clean, if we have pets or not. So it can last for 3 or 4 months, but it can also last for 1 or 2 weeks. I will try to leave links down below, not only for this awesome kit, but also for the bag itself, so that you can make some calculations. Mapping is really fast on this unit, and this was actually the first time that happened on one of the units that I do test here. It has IMU and LiDAR for mapping, and what it does is that it will get out of the dock and then it will go around here for less than 2 minutes. It will check the walls and bam, that is it. The map is done. He will not go through the whole process of cleaning and map, which is what usually these devices does. Now, in practical effects, does this give me any advantage over any other system? It doesn't. It's just a touch that I did love to see right over here, because technology is always advancing. But one thing that it will have the edge is that it doesn't have only LiDAR, it also has IMU, which will help in dark zones and when it's cleaning during the night, for example. It will give you a better tracking than other units that doesn't have. As soon as I turn it on, it did a 360 and it mapped everything at once. It detected all the walls and whatnot, and now it's checking for eventual barriers. And what it's doing is putting in gray the barriers that it finds. Oh no, just finished mapping. That was quick. So the mapping was really quick. That was the quickest one that I've tried, because other models that we have seen, while it's mapping, is doing the cleaning for the first time as well. And this one doesn't. Just do the map, which is accurate, really accurate. But now it will do the cleaning process, and I believe that it will find a lot of barriers here. So now it's doing the first cleaning session and is going through the map, and it's drawing in white what is cleaning. So it's gonna find a few barriers here, but let's test it out and see what we get. It took 26 minutes to clean the whole area, and it behaved quite well, even with all those barriers that we saw beneath the desk and right next to the other desks. It did a great job. Even with the cables that I have on the floor, it did a great job. And when we want to collect the dust, we just need to press this button here.
Collecting dust. Starting to charge.
One thing that it did really well, and this has a true impact on our daily usage, was to avoid cables. Now this is a standing desk and I've got a long cable which is rolled on the floor, and I also have my whole setup here with another long cable. And what happens is when he goes down this desk, he found those cables, he struggled, but after a tough fight he managed to just jump and get out of those cables. And this is really cool, because one of the biggest issues in this kind of device is that when we have our home with, I don't know, a cable or something like that, it will stop the process, and when we arrive home the house is not clean. Now that doesn't mean that it's 100% proof of cables and whatnot, because he did actually stop, and I will show you that in just a few moments on the app, but it doesn't stop as frequent as other units. Actually, I believe that Tapo did a great job here, and possible some trigger that will allow the shock absorbers here with the wheels, that it looks like he's jumping, so it will accelerate and then jump with the wheels, and that's the way that he has to avoid those cables and other obstacles. Really cool. When it goes over a carpet, it also has the ability to increase the power suction. And if we want to mop with water, which is as it is at this moment, one thing that we can do on the app is to tell where we have the carpet, so that it will do the mopping, it will wash the floor, but he will not go over the carpet so it doesn't wet the carpet, and that's a smart touch as well. And now with the app, which has a lot to cover and some really interesting features that I want to share all of them with you. Now this is the main menu for the robot vacuum cleaners. We can have more than one, of course. And if I go to the home page, we can see where we can add more devices, obviously, but at this moment only active the robot vacuum cleaner, which if I press, I will go to this smart cleaning menu. But let's go back and let's go to the vacuums. If I press here smart cleaning, I will go to that menu as well, which is really awesome. But before we touch there, let's take a look at some simple things. At this moment it says that it's taking a break, 99% of charging, the today summary, which we can see right over here, and two of them as this sign here, which will show us that something went wrong. Now in this particular case, it was my kid's backpack which was here, and if we press this number 1, it will say main brush is stuck. So I will go there, I will see what the problem is, I will be able to fix, so that the next time that the vacuum cleaner passes to that area, it will not happen again. And this is really cool. So let's go back. I can also see some reports here where it says this particular cleaning session I did this and this. We can see here in white where it passed, so it cleaned all the room. It took 31 minutes in an area of 33 square meters, started via app, and the bin was emptied, which means that it took all the trash to the docking station, and that's a must. So we have a lot of information right over here on the reports. And then if we go here to the shortcuts, and we will create one new so that you can see how flexible the app is. If I press clean everywhere, it will clean all the house, actually all the floor, because I've got 2 floors at this moment mapped here. If I press just a test, this is something that I did and I'll share with you. And if I press Massimo Sala, which means maximum living room, I just created in my Portuguese channel, it will create a certain area that I did choose, and that is just awesome. So let's go and press this button here for customers and on this screen it will show me the several plans that I've got. So the original one is fast cleaning, which comes already made with the robot. This one I did, and this one I did as well. But what we are going to do right now is that we are going to create a custom one, and I'm going to say, okay, on this particular plan, I want to clean first room number 1, and after that clean my kitchen, for example, which is room number 5. Okay, and if by any reason I do a mistake, I can just change the order, for example, but this is okay for me, so let's press next. Now at this moment I want to choose on room number, let's select room number 1 or room number 5, and let's say that on this particular room I want to pass not only once, but I want to pass it 2 times or 3 times everywhere on that particular room. Now instead of just using standard, I want full power, that maximum right over here. And when we have the mop installed, I want to have the maximum amount of water, and this is cool. But on room number 1, this is an area that doesn't have too much trash, so let's go to quiet. In terms of water, let's go to, and we have a completely different level with the same routine, which is cool. So there is a lot of flexibility, and you can imagine the scenario. So let's press on next, and now I'm going to say kitchen, and that's the kitchen. Oh, so I know that this will be a cleaning session with water. I'm going to press save, and we are going to get one more zone. So now if I go back, and if I go back once again, sorry about that, let's back here, what happens is that we have clean everywhere, we have just a test, Massimo Sala, and kitchen. So I can use this to just say, okay, I want to press, but the best option, in my opinion, is that we can schedule all this right over here, and we will get into that in just a few moments. But before we do, let's go to smart cleaning once again. One of the things that I want to show you as well is that if we push up, we can have several options here. First of all, we have the room option, where we can select the several rooms that we want to edit on the plans that we have right over here, which we can customize at any moment, and we can add more. If I want to select, for example, at this moment, a manual cleaning, I can say room number 1 or room number 6, sorry, and I can press play, and there will go. It's something that it was not planned, but I did see some trash there, so okay, off it goes to clean. But if I want, I can just go here at home, and it will select the whole home and press play. It will clean the home. Or if I go to zones, I can say, hey, I want this zone here until here. Okay, this is the area that it's critical at this moment, so let's press play, and there it will go and do that cleaning. So this is really flexible. Of course, with all the options that we have seen here, I can just put it on the maximum or not. Also, I want to show that one of the options that we have here is the ultra mode here, which if we are not paying it, we might not see it, which will activate the ultra mode, and it will help to clean up on the carpets. And talking about carpets, let's do something interesting as well. Now you can see the map here. If I press the button on the map, it will say that at this moment this is the ground floor that it's active, and if I go to map management, it will show me that I've got the studio, which is where we are right now, and I've got the ground floor. So let's go to the ground floor. Let's press on edit. And one of the things that I would like to add here is, actually I already did. So if I go to carpet, I can see that rectangle carpet I can add, but I can see here, I already had it because I actually have a carpet right over there. So this will tell the robot that on this particular area you will have a carpet. So I have one there, but let's say that I want to put another one right over here on this particular room. So it will not have to guess. It will know exactly that in this area there is a carpet. So if there's something that we plan for a carpet with extra suction and so on, when is on that area, it will act like that. So this is really cool. So let's save. There we have one carpet. We can place as many carpets as. Let's say that we want to add furniture. For example, if I want to put a single bed here, let's put in a single bed, and the, oh, okay, no, here is the thingy, let's put on this way, and this way he will know that there is a barrier, so there's no point in just going there, and while doing the mapping he will stop. Actually, he will not stop, but he will go around that area, which is really, really cool as well. So let's press, we have and we have a furniture right over there. We can place as many as we want. Now, if we want to put a visible or virtual wall, I can just do like this, for example, and this will tell the robot that from that side to the other one, you will not go, which is cool as well. But we also have the option for a no-go zone. Let's say that I don't want him to go right over here. So if I press save, actually is getting a little bit limited at this moment with beds and visible walls or virtual walls and whatnot, but we can customize the way that we want. Actually, we can also tell him the cleaning direction. So which direction will he go, this way or that way, which I believe that it's getting into much deep. But the option is there, and this is really awesome and flexible, and I would take the whole day here with you just to show you some of the details that we can do with this robot and with the app, which is really complete. So these are some of the things that we can do. Let's check out something which is really interesting as well, which if we go here, we have the schedule, which to me is one of the most important parts. So if I go to the add schedule, I can say the hour that I want, the cleaning preferences, but if I go into cleaning preferences, I want to select advanced cleaning, which I can customize the order. But if I go here to room cleaning, it will give me the fast cleaning on the whole floor, or custom. I want to remember those presets that we created, the kitchen H2O, then I want this preset to be available and to be scheduled at this particular time. So he will do this at 10 o'clock, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so forth, the days that we can select or deselect right over here. So if I press save, at this moment, we will have one schedule that will do that particular preset that we created at that hour. And of course, we can repeat this and do this 3 times a day or 4 times a day, whatever we need. I believe that it's not necessary, but this is one of those cool things that we can schedule. Now, also go right over here, we have the remote option, the remote control. This one, in my opinion, it's not very useful. I don't have the patience to be controlling the robot, the phone, but this is something personal to each other. And then we also have the settings. Now, I will not go over all these, but I can just a glimpse of the options that we have right over here. We have been here, we have the point and go, which is sending the robots to a point that we want. Child lock, we can also enable, do not disturb, emptying settings. This is cool. We can just customize the way that we prefer. And this is very useful to keep the robot clean, so that is at its best performance at all times. And we also have Siri integration and Google Assistant, which is awesome. And basically this is it. There is a lot more of customizations that we can do. So as you can see on the app, there's an option that we can have multiple maps, which I did right over here. The studio, which is on my basement, and I also did here on the ground floor to test it out. Now, there are 2 ways that we can do this, and it's not perfect, so I believe that Tapo needs to do a tweak or other in terms of the firmware. So the first option that we have, and I did test it out, is to leave the docking station right over here after mapping, and then picking up the vacuum cleaner robot and take it upstairs, and then just press the button to spot clean, and there we go. He will map, he will say that it is in a different area, he recognizes that it's in a different map, and it will create that map, which works great. It will do the cleaning and so on and so forth. But when he finishes the cleaning process, he will be lost. He will be looking for the docking station, which obviously is not there, and it will go for a few minutes and then it will stop. This is where I believe that Tapo needs to do a firmware update. I'm not really sure if it's possible or not, so that he recognizes that he is in a different area as it does, but at the end of the cleaning process, that he recognizes that there's no docking station. So he needs to stop wherever he is and then just say, I'm finished. Here I am, just pick me up and take me to wherever the docking station is. The other way that we can do this is that I can pick up the docking station, which I did as well, and I took it to the ground floor, and then I placed it there, and what happened was that the vacuum just found the docking station and then mapped the whole ground floor that you saw on the app, and it worked great, like it did right over here. But the point is, I don't want to take the docking station to the ground floor and to the first floor. I just want to take this unit because it has enough autonomy to clean any of the levels of the house. So this is where I believe that needs a little bit of improvement in terms of firmware, so that he knows that the docking station is on this particular map, that is it. And if it's on any other map, then just no docking station. Someone will have to pick him up. But talking about picky, I'm being picky because Tapo gives us a lot of options, including this one, which is great for people that has houses like myself with different floors. And if it doesn't work as we expect, then we complain. The truth is that most of the systems only will save one map, and then we can't complain because we don't have other maps. So this is just a pick and complain, which in my opinion not perfect, and I would love to see it 100% working. So in conclusion, I really enjoyed testing out this unit. It cleans well, it mops well, it behaves really well when it finds obstacles like cables and whatnot. The only complaint I had was about the mapping situation, that we take to another place and it does know it gets a bit lost. But I believe that this will be fixed in the future. Now, that being said, hope that you enjoyed the video. And if you did so, don't forget the usual thumbs up right over there, which is really appreciated on this side of the screen. My name is Roberto Jorge, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.